Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make a design now using Photoshop. And this is going to be a little bit of a longer video because I'm going to do one from scratch. So just go File, New. If you don't have Photoshop, like I said, I pretty much recommend you get a copy because you will use it quite a bit for not only creating designs, but for a lot of other things as well. So that's my little base there, and what I want to do is I'm going to do a circular design. So on my view, I want to show some rulers, and then I just need to just find the center approximately that I need to use because I'm doing a circle, so we want to make sure everything is on point, right on the middle, and then I can kind of zoom this in a bit, fit on the screen better. So that's my base canvas, and with Photoshop you have layers. So this layer 1 is going to be a circle. So if I go here to my tool, and then I go to, where to go? Settings, from center. Sorry, I'm in the wrong one. Oh yeah, ellipse tool. There we go. Now I go ellipse tool, and then I go to settings. Then I'm going to do a circle from the center, and so my center is right here. So if I pull this out, then you can see this will be my base design because I'm going to do a round pendant right there. Then if I want to change the color of the background, I can. So I'll probably make that black. Okay, so there's my first layer, is my circle, the bottom part. And now I'm going to do a gold pendant. So I want to make sure that, let's just make sure this is in the center. So you can see, you can use your arrows to make sure it's directly in the center here. And then I'll just leave it there. That's my bottom layer. So then I do another layer, and on here I want to do some text around the center. I also want to do a little line maybe around the outside. So to do so, I can do another ellipse. Click here, but instead of doing a fill, I'll do no fill, and I'll do a stroke. I'll do it in white. And again, check my settings. And once I find approximately the middle, I can just drag it out. And I can move this around after too. So I want to have a little line going around the outside. Maybe a little bit smaller than that. Let's make that a little bit smaller. And we can type in here too if we want. So if I wanted it to be 0.75, I can do that. Or if I wanted it to be 1, I can do that. And then if I just click off and then onto it and click the move tool, again I can just use the up arrows and the left arrow on my key and make sure I'm in the center. So now I've got my bottom, my outline, and now I probably want to do some text here. So what I want to do is create a path. So here I go to paths, and here I'm going to actually create one. So it's going to be the ellipse tool, and up here where it says shape, I'm going to do a path instead. I'm just going to click on the center and drag this out. It's going to be my first path, like so. Then I go back to my layers, and I can click my little text tool, and then I can actually write on it. Oops, I should be able to write on it. Nope, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. So once you get this little, I'll remove this layer. Once you get the little sideways tool on there, so if I go back to my path, work path, and then see that you mouse over it, then you're on the text tool, and I can start typing text. So the text is really small right now, so I want to make it probably 20. That's probably too big. Well, let's start with 20. So let's go back here, and let's do some text. So we're going to change the color here to a white. I'm going to say, to my son. What do we want to say? So we'll do something like that. And then the beauty of it is I can resize it. So if I click the corner, I can make this fit a little bit better. Just like so. I can always change the text too to whatever I want. Always remember, I have your back no matter what. So, and then I can just do a duplicate of this layer. Once I make sure that the layer is in the middle. So again, it's off to the side a bit. So I just want to move that over. That's why I do my center lines. That way it's perfectly aligned. And just make sure I have the right. Doesn't look like it's right here. Looks like I did something wrong. Well, let's go like this. Step backward. So there. Okay, let's move it now. Okay, there, it should be aligned better. But it's not. That's way off. Oh well. I can fix it. I'll just move this in a little. Just kind of eyeball it, and then change this to like 94. Oops. There we go. That's better. So now I'm kind of centered. That font is hard to read though. Not too crazy about it, but we'll give it a shot. So always remember I have your back no matter what. And then I'll just duplicate this layer, because no point in having to redo everything. And then I'll just make it smaller. Go 80. Maybe 75. There, that's pretty good. And now I can type on here too. But to type on that layer, I have to click apply. Then I have to turn that one off. Then click my text tool. And here's what I can do. So I'll just say, no matter what, something like that. And here, if the text isn't quite fitting, let's put a little dash on the end. So if it's not quite lining up with the other hash mark there, then I can always adjust it. So if I click on the layer, I can change the text size to 18, too big, 16, better. So that's not too bad, but we can go 15.5, oh, almost. That's good. And then this one we can just make slightly bigger. There. Always remember, I have your back, no matter what. I love you, and I'm proud of you. Love always, your dad. Okay? So now, let's say I don't like that text, that font, because it's a little... This one I like a little bit better. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this one. So I'll just have to adjust this again. So I'll go down to 15. Maybe 14. Or 13. It's really small, so let's go to 12. Not too big. 12.25. Just gotta play with it till you get the right one. And then here, change this text size probably to 9. Just a guess. Nope, too small. So let's go too big. 10.25. Not too bad. There. To my son, always remember, I have your back no matter what. I love you and I'm proud of you. Love always, Dad. Now I want to put something in the middle, and I want to put a circle in the middle. So what I did is I went out and I found a neat little thing here that I want to use. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a circle grab here. Circle grab. Huh, that sounds bad. But I'm going to do a fixed ratio 1 to 1. If I start in the middle, that's not going to work. Let me double click on that. Okay, not what I wanted. So I'm going to deselect that. Oops. Select, deselect. Okay. Try that again. Let's do a circle grab. So apparently it's the bottom corner that I'm looking at. So let's go like this. There. Now I'm going to crop this. Ooh. I'm going to try and crop this. Didn't like that either. Okay, there we go. I'll cut it. Sometimes the circle stuff is a little finicky. And now I'll do a new layer over here. I'll go edit, paste. Look at that. How awesome. So I've basically got a necklace here. I'm just going to make one more tweak here. Make that text a little bigger. Just expand this out a little bit. And then I'll expand this out a little bit. And what am I doing? Oh yeah, click there on the top corner. And a little bit more. And then I can just make this inner part slightly bigger as well. Just click the move tool and apply. And now I can make that a little bigger too. Just click the top corner. There we go. So I just made a necklace, which is looking pretty good. But I want to do one more trick here. So I'm going to save this as a PSD file, okay? Which is, I'm going to save it right in here. I love my son. I'm going to save it as always remember I have your back. So this will be in my page folder. I'm going to put all my designs. To my son. And we'll save this as original. Because I'm going to do something here. I want to make this like gold looking. Gold leaf looking. That's another version. So you're getting some bonus time here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these layers. Actually, I don't even think this is the layer I need, so I can delete this one. I'm going to select the rest of these. I'm just going to do rasterize, type, and then I'm going to merge these three, merge layers. I'm going to turn these two off. So I just have my text there in white, and what I want to do is a new layer, kind of right there. That's fine. And now I'm going to take a little piece of like gold flake or gold foil, okay, that I downloaded from the internet, and I'm going to place it. Okay, so if I go here, I'm going to grab it on my other screen because I don't want you to see all my pages because I got enough copycats already. No offense to anybody. I'm just going to go here and grab it. Gold shiny. There we go. So then I drag this out. So I'm doing an overlay of my text. Click the move tool, place. Now right click the layer and do create clipping mask. And now check that out. So now I've got something that looks kind of like gold but not quite. So I click the layer that I did and I right click and I do blending options. Let me move this down here. All I do is a bevel and emboss. And now it's starting to look a little bit better. A little bit like, if I click on it, I can change this a little bit. Do an inner bevel, outer bevel, emboss, or pillow, there's all the different kinds. Stroke and emboss. I don't know what that's doing. I usually do inner bevel. There we go. So now, it looks like gold. And when I put it on a gold necklace, it's going to look really cool. So let's save this. File, Save As, and just drag this back over here. We'll call this one Gold, and then we're going to save this for the web. Right in here, call it gold.png. Cool. So we've got a necklace, we've got a design, and I literally did just make this up on the fly, because sometimes the stuff you make up on the fly is even better. You don't have to go with the stuff you research, but research is a good idea, always. So that took about 15 minutes, because I did two versions. I did a white version and this version. So I am going to sell this version as a gold necklace because I can charge a little bit more. Alright, and I got this image off of an image site that I have a subscription to. So you can do that too if you want. That way I can use them on my little necklaces there and not run into any issues with licensing or that sort of thing, because I did pay for that one. But you don't have to. You can go and grab ones or make your own even if you want. Go to the beach with a kid and snap a picture from behind. You got that. Makes sense? Good. Okay, so that's your first one. This is the one I'm actually going to test as well, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you got a copy of Photoshop, you just got a big time lesson in how to do designs and gold flake and circular text and all that stuff all in one. Alright? Okay. Off to the next.